Good morning, teacher, and welcome to our autonomous test number 3. So let's begin. The task of this work was to find 10 authors who talk about microplanning. So let's start with the two first authors. So Anya Bravin says that microplanning can be a great way to improve education's efficiency and effectiveness. Although microplanning can take place in a specific environment, it can provide team members with clear expectations of their individual roles and responsibilities and how to achieve those goals in the microplanning. Then we have Ashley Gibbs, who says that microplanning is an integrated development plan of an education committee, which its resources based in the areas and programs assigned to education under supervision of the ministry by involving the locals. The microplan also focuses on livelihood development of the community.
According to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and microplanning is a process that decentralizes outreach management and planning to grassroots level workers, outreach workers, and peer educators, and allows them to make decisions on how to best reach the maximum number of community members. And it can improve the effectiveness and coverage of peers-led outreach efforts by allowing the peer education to transition from begin passing data.
According to the author Samir K., microplanning is connected with the macroplanning and mesoplanning because elements such as PCI and PCR are taking to develop this microplanning. This author also mentions that microplanning is where you can see more clearly the objectives that the students are going to achieve in class, a unit, or a course. Another author, the University of Saskatchewan, defines the microplanning templates as essential for the teaching learning process, since it allows the teacher to establish the objectives that the students must achieve in a class or course through certain activities.
According to the author B. and Leo Ryrie, templates provide a stricter control over the surface form of the resulting clauses than do clause plans. A template is a sequence of slots that values of which are simple concatenated to produce a clause. And each slot can be filled by a particular string or an expression referring to the owner of the field or a referring expression for the field's filler. The next is according to the author Wirges and Johans. Templates carry less linguistic information than clause plans, which doesn't allow the generation engine to exploit its full potential. For example, some forms of aggregation can be used with templates. However, templates are the only option when fields need to be rendered in forms other than clauses.
The next author is Roger Kampfman. He says that microplanning is a planning that does not include outcomes or outputs and views the organization people as the primary client. Microplanning also is oriented toward the individual or small groups. The beneficiaries of microplanning are within the organization. Also, the time frame in which planning operates is usually short-term, frequently in units of weeks or months into the future. Planning with this frame of reference is sometimes called tactical planning.
Okay, according to the author Gadgil, he mentions that microplanning is a crucial aspect of educational development. At the outset, let us get clarified with the concept, need, and objectives of microplanning inside education. For that reason, microplanning is a crucial aspect inside a scholar process. The next author is Niepa. He mentions that microplanning at the lowest spatial unit can be termed as a micro-level planning. In the Indian context, micro-planning can mean planning carried out at the village level or even at the habitation level. While selecting a unit for micro-planning, one has to consider the availability of educational facilities like a school or a non-formal education center. In other words, while we try to develop micro-level planning in education, we may have to select a unit center in an educational institution.
And here's the bibliography where we have each of the authors and the information we took it from. So thank you very much for your attention. And what each one of us did, the collaboration that each one of us did was to search for the authors that talk about microplanning templates. And we made a small abstract about the information of each author. So thank you very much. And we hope you enjoyed this small presentation.